Hello everyone, and tonight I'm going to be showing you how I go about doing voice impressions. I'm going to be starting off with a voice that I know very well, and then I'll go to one I've been working on recently, and then I will go into a last voice which I haven't quite mastered yet, so you get to see me trying to perfect the voice. And so first one is the very first impersonation I ever learned, which was George W. Bush. And I actually won $50 off of doing George W. Bush, which was pretty impressive for like a video competition. And what happened there was that that was the first weekend I was ever learning to do George W. Bush. And I think it was my senior year of high school. And we were in Phoenix, Arizona at a thespian conference. And they had a bunch of booths of like colleges and acting studios and stuff. And one of them was doing a film competition, like a 30-second film competition. And if your video was picked, then you would earn $50. And so all my friends were like, oh, we should do this. And like everybody else was pairing up and doing different stuff and like doing skits and whatnot and a little improv. And then there was me. I was by myself. I didn't really want to do it because the only thing stuck in my head the entire weekend was doing George W. Bush impersonation. And so like one of the guys was like, hey, are you going to do anything? I was like, I've been doing a George Bush impersonation all weekend. And he's like, dude, one of our guys can do a Bill Clinton impersonation. So you and him should do a video together. And I was like, okay, all right. And so what we did was we did a video of George W. Bush and Bill Clinton at thespian conference. And it went a little like this.
Welcome, my fellow Americans, and here I am at thespian conference in Phoenix, Arizona. Now here I am with my buddy. He's not really my buddy, but here he is, Bill Clinton. It's so great to be here. Well, what I like about this is just a bunch of Americans come together and doing great stuff and doing acting and whatnot. I'm just here for the girls.
And I don't remember how the rest of the video. That's all I really remember from that video. So anyway, that actually ended up winning, and I got $50 since I was like the only student to participate. So that was really cool. And so what I did for that impersonation was first I looked up a bunch of YouTube videos of George W. Bush. I looked at him doing speeches, and I like full speeches, not just like the Bushisms and whatnot. I actually listened to like state addresses that he had, and also some interviews, because when you do a speech versus how you are in person are very different. So I wanted to see what he does differently between those. And what I discovered after watching like video upon video is that like he has two different things with him. When he does a speech, like he has his hands like this, and later on when I think Wally came out while he was in presidency. I have to double check, but anyway, I just loved like because his hands were like this, and so I like compared him to Wally, like
just like my favorite movie is Wally. I mean, because like he likes to bring everything together and bring it closer, make it more personal.
And so that's what I did with his hands, because it just looked like Wally. That's what it reminded me of. And then when he does like interviews and stuff, he's like more like he bobbles more, just like how Frank Caliendo, like. And I also looked at impersonations, how people, their takes on George W. Bush, and I took some of my inspiration was from Frank Caliendo's version of George W. Bush, like the whole bobble, and yeah. So let's listen to a clip of George W. Bush. This is actually a Bushism. We're going to listen to George W. Bush actually doing a quote, like actually saying something, and then I'm going to try to repeat it. So here we go. I'll do it piece by piece. I won't do because I'm not going to remember the entire thing. So break it apart, piece by piece.
There's an old
saying in Tennessee. I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee. I know that I heard an old saying from Tennessee. I know it's in Texas, but probably Tennessee. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me once, shame on you. You fool me, you can't get fooled again. You fool me, you can't fool me again.
So bring it all together, and then so you listen to that, and then you try to like memorize a couple of quotes. I'm terrible at remembering quotes, and so I just flow with it. Like, okay, so he says stuff like that, so it's not gonna be an exact quote, but I'm gonna try to replicate it.
Well, I heard an old saying from Tennessee. Well, definitely heard it in Texas, but yeah, it was probably from Tennessee. Fool me once, shame on you. Yeah, but why don't you fool me? You can't fool me again.
And there's tons of other stuff with George W. Bush, like Frank Kelly. I took a lot of influence from Frank Caliendo, and he talked about like creating words, like adding "ify" or "ification" to it. Like,
I'm going to edify you, and I'm going to educate you, and on No Child Left Behind.
And you always got to include stuff that happened, or like what stuff he passed. And my go-to is No Child Left Behind because everyone perceives him as sounding very stupid. And so, of course, like when you say something stupid, like, and even when I apply it to real life, like if I say something stupid, I'll cover it up with a George W. Bush impersonation.
Just to make me sound smart, or like I was actually trying to impersonify George W. Bush.
And so there's that. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to a cartoon character. And the cartoon character is Denzel Crocker from Very Odd Parents. And I don't know, it's just a fun voice to do. And like you get to freak out. And that's my phone. And let's see. So,
And you, Mr. I Know Everything. If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Does it?
and so you get the and then you get the freak out noise without actually saying video penance. And so let's listen to it again, and then let's see if I can do it. Where is it? It should be right there. Okay.
Down! And you, Mr. I Know Everything.
And you, Mr. I Know Everything.
If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Does it?
If a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound? Does it? And so that's working on a cartoon character, and then you have to like, I don't know. The fun thing about voice acting is like usually no one's watching you, and so you get to do like crazy facial expressions, which are always fun. And so so that is my Mr. Crocker, and it's like, oh, I'll get you, Timmy Turner, you and your very good minutes. And so there's that. And then this is a character I love and adore, and he's like one of my favorite characters on the series. It's another cartoon, and it's from Legend of Korra. And one of my favorite characters on there is Varric, the like Howard Hughes, Tony Stark kind of character who is like super eccentric, and I love it. And so it's always fun to do a voice impersonation of that kind of character.
Did you see that? Levitation! It was a foot up.
Okay, hold on. I'll have to see that again.
Off the ground! Is that incredible or what?
And cartoons are a lot harder to impersonate because like you can't see because they're animated. It's really harder to see what facial expressions they make and how they make that sound. Like with George W. Bush, it's very easy. You could see that like his eyes are kind of squinty and like his lips are very close together. So, and just listening to it, it sounds like he's like
all of his words are making R sounds, and like it's really like up in your nose. Just don't pick it.
And so, trying to do a cartoon is a lot more difficult. So, I'm going to try, let's see. Yeah, this one I really want to be able to do because I really love the character. And, last week I actually had facial hair. And a couple days ago I shaved it all off. And while I was shaving, I actually shaved it to, like, the same way and style as Varric, and so I had a little fun doing impersonation. It's not the greatest impersonation, but I'm gonna try my best. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to listen to the clip of the very first appearance of Varric. Oh, here we go.
Did you see that? Levitation!
Did you see that? Levitation! I was like a foot off the ground. Is that incredible or what?
I'll have to listen to this again. Like I'll have to listen to myself doing the voice and then see like because when you're listening to yourself, you sound a lot different than how you sound than you actually sound. And so I'll have to listen to both Varric and myself trying to do Varric to see what changes I have to make it sound a lot more like him. So I'm just trying to get the voice down how I think it will sound.
Are you saying I wasn't levitating?
Are you saying I wasn't levitating?
No? Well, why didn't anyone tell me? Now I look like an idiot.
Why didn't anybody tell me? I look like an idiot.
Oh, squeak, and gotta avoid squeaking.
Swami, you're fired!
Swami, you're fired! Swami, you're fired!
Yeah.
I like you, kid. You're a real straight shooter, just like me.
I like you. You're a very straight shooter, just like me.
Miss Sato, he's with you?
Miss Sato, she's with you?
Brought your tiger shark with you to do business, huh? Now that...
Brought your tiger shark to do business with you, did ya? Now that's what I call moxie!
That's Moxie! Get over here and pop a squat. Zhu Li, get some tea for my guests.
Thank you for meeting with me.
And you always gotta include his assistant. Always.
Adventure.
Moving pictures.
Moving pictures.
Julie, do the thing.
You're gonna love this.
You're gonna love this. Fascinating, right?
Mind-blowing, right?
Oh.
Mind-blowing, right?
I think the reason why I can't really do like a spot-on version of Varric is because of my age. Because the voice actor is a lot older than me, so his voice is a lot like older and deeper, so he can do it obviously how he does it. And so I'd probably have to grow a little older before I do that one. So yeah. So thank you for listening, and hope you enjoyed my impersonations. Yeah, that's
Pick
great.
up where you left off.
Yeah.
Going in game zone.
Okay, have fun in the game zone.
Game zone.
Game zone on. Autobots, let's roll out.
Oh, that's a voice I should see if I can do.
Autobot.
Autobots,
Mechanical Sean Connery.
pretty much.